So friends, this is the part 3 of our tutorial series of GIS. So this part 3 or the tutorial 3 is about the geoprocessing tools. So in this video we are going to learn about all the tools of geoprocessing. So at first we have to know what is geoprocessing. The concept of geoprocessing is based on the framework of data transformation. A typical geoprocessing operation takes an input dataset, performs an operation on the input dataset and returns the result of the operation as output dataset. In this figure, we can see the flowchart of geoprocessing. This is simple step for geoprocessing operation. At first, we have to input the data set, then after that we have to apply the geoprocessing tools. Then after applying the geoprocessing tool, the final result will be the new set of data. So this is the basic concept of geoprocessing. So geoprocessing simply modify the existing data. So these are the geoprocessing tools we are going to study in this tutorial 3 of geoprocessing tools series. So at first we are going to learn about project raster, then vector clip, raster clip, buffer, dissolve, intersect, union and merge. So at first we are going to start from the project raster. So before starting or beginning in Arc GIS, at first we have to follow the basic steps. So let's do it. So at first you have to open the GIS folder. And after opening the GIS folder, simply you have to create a one folder named Geoprocessing. Then after creating a folder Geoprocessing, you have to simply copy this data processing, and this data will be given in the description, and from that description you can download. So simply you have to cut this and you have to paste in the geoprocessing folder. Then after pasting in the geoprocessing folder, your first step is done for the geoprocessing operation in the Arc GIS. Then after arranging the data in the geoprocessing folder, we can begin Arc GIS tutorial series of geoprocessing tools. So at first we are going to learn about the project raster. So what is project raster? Project raster is one of the data management tools of geoprocessing. So project raster simply change the coordinate system of existing data to another. This allows you to specify the data coordinate system without having to modify the input data. So the project raster is simply the tool to convert one coordinate system to another coordinate system. So let's learn in the Arc GIS. So everybody please open Arc GIS. Then after opening Arc GIS, this type of interface will appear. So simply we have to click on the blank map, double click, click on blank map and click on OK. After this, a new workspace will be created, and we have to connect that folder in this catalog. So in the previous video, just we have connected our GIS folder, and this is our GIS folder. And if the geoprocessing folder just you have created in that GIS folder is not appearing here, then simply you have to right click here and you have to refresh the GIS folder. Then after refreshing, you can see the geoprocessing folder. So after after clicking on the plus, then it will show the data geoprocessing. So for working, in geoprocessing, at first we have to create a new database. The reason for creating a database is that all the work that is done in this tutorial series or this tutorial 3 of geoprocessing tool will be saved in that geodatabase in that geodatabase. So for creating so for creating at first you have to right click here on the geoprocessing folder, then you have to go to new, and from new you have to select the file geodatabase. And after this, simply you have to write the name geoprocessing, then enter. Then in this way your geoprocessing database is created. Now all the work done will be saved in this geoprocessing database folder. So for before uh, working, at first you have to make this geoprocessing default. So for making the default, you have to simply right click, then you have to go to the this option, make default geodatabase. Then in this way we have just uh, make the made the geoprocessing database as the default. So now we can start our now we can start our work. So at first we are going to do the project raster. So for doing the raster project raster, at first you have to import the georeference Kathmandu file. So in our tutorial series, first we have just created the georeferenced file of Kathmandu. So simply drag that geo Kathmandu to this working space. Then after this you have to right click here, then go to properties, then after this go to source, and from this source you have to see the coordinate system. So in this we can see the coordinate system is METM system. So in this tutorial series we are going to change the coordinate system METM to WGS 1984. So let's do it. And for changing the coordinate system, go to search and write project raster. Then the project raster will appear. Then you have to simply click here project raster. Then this type of dialog box will appear. So for changing the coordinate system of this, you have to simply drag like this to the input raster. It will take a little time. It is a heavy process. So after dragging this, simply we have to choose the coordinate system in which we want to convert, and for that simply you have to click here from the output coordinate system here. Then from here just click here project coordinate system in the plus sign, and from here you have to go to UTM, then plus, and from here you have to go to WGS 1984, then Northern Hemisphere. Then from here you have to simply select the for 45 this WGS 1984 UTM zone 45. Then simply click on OK. Then after doing this, simply click on OK. Then it will take a little time to convert the coordinate system, and it will generate a new shape file. So the process is completed for the project raster. So for checking the coordinate system, simply right click here and go to properties, and from the source we can see the coordinate system is WGS 1984 UTM zone 45. So the coordinate system is changed by using the Geoprocessing tools project raster. So 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 this was all about the project raster. Now we are going to learn about the clip. So at first we will learn about the clip vector. Then after that we are going to learn about the clip raster. So clip vector is simply you simply extract input features that overlay the clip features, and for using this tool, this is the process. At first we have to input the main data file, then the clip feature, then output will be generated. And the main difference between the clip vector and the clip raster is that the clip vector creates a shape file, and clip raster can be used for creating a image file like the topo map and likewise. So at first we are going to learn about the clip vector. So let's start. So for doing the clip vector, simply uncheck this and go to catalog, and from that catalog go to data processing, and from that data processing you have to simply drag the ribbon network, then click on close. This is the ribbon network. Right click on and zoom to layer. And this is the ribbon network of Nepal, and we are going to clip for the Kathmandu district. So for clipping for the Kathmandu district from Nepal, we are going to simply at first we have to drag the Kathmandu shape file from the data processing folder. Then after this we are going to clip, and for the clipping go to search and write clip or clip, then after search then choose clip analysis. Then this type of dialog box will appear. So at first we have to drag the main file, that is the ribbon network file, and in the clip features we are going to add the Kathmandu file, because we are going to only clip the river network of Kathmandu district. So in the clip features, we have just drag the Kathmandu district value. Then write name as uh, Kathmandu river. Then click on OK. Then it will take a little time for the processing. So the process is completed, and you can see the river network for only Kathmandu.We in this way. Simply right click here and zoom to layer, and this is the river network of only Kathmandu. And for seeing the river name, simply right click here and click on level features. Then you can see this is the river line for the Bagmati Nadi, and you can see the extra points is also appearing in this. So we have to delete this, and for deleting this we have to click here, start editing. Then you have to choose the Kathmandu river, then OK. Then continue. Then you have to click here, select features, and you have to click like this, and then you have to click here, edit tool. Then you have to double click here, and from this you have to choose this option, delete vertex. Then after this you have to simply select the vertex which you want to delete. So after selecting this, simply drag like this, and it will delete the vertices. Then after deleting the vertices, simply go to editor and stop editing. Then going to save, then click on yes. Then zoom again. Then you can see the extra point has been deleted, and this is the river line for the Kathmandu district, and it show only the Bagmati Nadi river line. So in this way we have just clipped the river network. We have just clipped the river network of Nepal to Kathmandu district river network by using the tool clip vector. So in the third part we are going to learn about the clip raster. So clip raster is also one of the data management tool, and it is used to clip the direct image or the georeferenced image file in this way. So we are going to start the process for the clip raster. So for the clip raster, simply uncheck all. So for the clip raster, at first we have to just click here, georeference Kathmandu file. Then zoom to layer, or simply if this file is not appearing here, then you can go to the catalog, and from the georeferencing drag this file, Kathmandu. Then after dragging this file, we have to drag the Nepal local bodies. So for dragging the local bodies, we have to go to the administrative boundary, and we have to drag the Nepal local bodies. Simply drag like this. Click on zoom to layer. Simply drag this off. So you have to click here in this box, then you have to drag this Geo Kathmandu at up like this. In this way, then after this you have to choose this tool, select features, and this is for the Kathmandu. You can zoom in. This area is for the Kathmandu, so you have to simply click here, and the Kathmandu district will be selected. And then after selecting this, after selecting this, after selecting this, you have to right click and go to data and export data. Or sorry, you don't have to export data. Go to search and write clip raster. So in the clip raster, in input section, you have to drag this file GF Kathmandu, and in the output, you have to or sorry at first you have to create a shape file for this selected features. So simply right click, go to data, export data, or you can click here Nepal local bodies, right click, data, export data, then data frame, and write the name Kathmandu Metro. Then click on OK. Then yes. Then in this way, Kathmandu Metro is exported. So uncheck this, and so after doing this, go to search and go to this clip data management, and from this at first you have to drag the file Geo Kathmandu in this way, and in the output you have to drag the Kathmandu Metro. Then you have to tick this input features, then you have to tick also this maintain clipping extent. Then after checking this and input raster Geo Kathmandu, Geo reference Kathmandu file, output the Kathmandu Metro, then you have to click on OK. Then it will take a little time for clipping. So the process is done, and you can see the Geo clip. This is the file for the clip raster, and you can see the topographic map of the Kathmandu metropolitan city. Simply double click here and hollow black and check this with the boundary line. So in this way we can use the clip raster tool for clipping the topographic map of any city or any metropolitan city. So in this way we have learned about the clip raster. So in this way we have learned about the clip raster tool. So the fourth tool is buffer. So for using the buffer tool, you can simply follow the process shown in this video, and the buffer is the tool for creating the buffer zone like this. Suppose this is the features, then the buffer zone will like this. Simply the buffer zone is the certain area around the main features. So let's start for performing the operation of the buffer. So for the buffer, at first you have to untick this, and you have to take the Kathmandu river. Just this Kathmandu river we have clipped from the clip vector by using this tool, the clip vector. So check this, and for the buffer you have to go to Geo Processing. You have to choose the buffer, and in the buffer you have to drag the Kathmandu river, and in the linear unit you have to, at first in this video we are going to create the buffer zone for this Bagmati Nadi river for the 100 meter, then 500 meter, then 1000 meter. So at first 100 meter, and write name as the Kathmandu river corridor, Kathmandu river corridor 1, corridor 1, then click on OK. Then it will take a little time for the processing. Then after this the Kathmandu river corridor 1 is created. Then again we are going to create for the 500 meter, and for the 500 meter simply drag this Kathmandu river and write here 500, and write the name as the Kathmandu river corridor 2, corridor 2, then click on OK. Then it will take a little time for the processing. Then in this way river corridor 2 is created for the 500 meter. Then at last we are going to create for the 1000 meter, and for creating the buffer zone for the 1000 meter you have simply drag the Kathmandu river, then write 1000 meter, and in the name you can write the Kathmandu river corridor 3, corridor 3, click on OK. So at first we have to drag the corridor 1 in the first place, then corridor 2, then uncheck this. Then you can simply see the buffer zone. At first this is for the corridor 1. Simply change the color for every rows. have to arrange like this: river corridor 1, 2, 3. 1 is for the 100 meter, 2 is for the 500 meter, and 3 is for the 1000 meter. So in this way, we have just created the buffer zone for the Bagmati Nadi river for 100 meter, 500 meter, and the 1000 meter. You can simply zoom in, and this is for the 1000 meter, this is for the 500 meter, and this is for the 100 meter. So in this way, just we have learned about the buffer. And in the fifth tool, we are going to learn about the dissolve. Dissolve is the geoprocessing tool to convert or to dissolve the boundary into the one. So let's start. So for geoprocessing tools dissolve, we are going to follow this process. So for dissolve, we have to drag the file Kathmandu district or the Bagmati. No, we have to drag this file the Bagmati district. So before dragging this file Bagmati district, uncheck this, because this was for the buffer tools. Now for the dissolve tool, simply you have to drag the Bagmati district and right click here, zoom to layer, and this is the shape file for the Bagmati district, and the district is in the district boundary of the Bagmati province is shown. But we are going to dissolve this boundary, and we are going to create a new shape file for the province of Bagmati. So for dissolving this district line and creating a Bagmati province only, we have to use the dissolve tool. And for using the dissolve tool, go to search and write dissolve, then search, then choose this dissolve data management, then drag this Kathmandu district, and from this you have to write the name as the Bagmati province. We are going to simply convert the Bagmati district file into the Bagmati province. Then in the dissolve field, we are going to dissolve the similar area, and for selecting the dissolve field, you have to right click here, Bagmati district, and go to open attribute table, and from this table, we can see the common name is the Bagmati. So we are going to select or tick the Bagmati division only. So for that, you have to check the division from here, only division, then drag like this, and in the statistics field, we have to select the shape area, and in the type sum. Then after doing this, then click on OK. Then it will take a little time for processing. So the process is completed. So simply uncheck this Bagmati district and this Bagmati port, and this the boundary line is dissolved into the one boundary line of. And for labeling, simply right click here and click on the label features, and you can see the name of this province as the Bagmati. So in this way, we can use the tool dissolve by simply dissolving the district boundary line and converting into the one province line. So this is the use of dissolve geoprocessing tools. So in the sixth number is intersect. So intersect. We can simply see from this figure there is two type of structure, and by intersecting, the intersect part is created as a one shape file. So 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 let's start doing in Arc GIS. So before doing the intersect tools, simply uncheck this, and for intersecting you have to drag this file fixed oak laurel forest like this. Then you have to drag the Kathmandu shape file like this, or simply you can bring in the top Kathmandu, or you can zoom in. Then by the use of intersect tools, we are going to convert, or we are going to create a new shape file for this only intersection region of this uh, fixed oak laurel forest area. And for that, go to search and write intersect, then search, then click here intersect analysis, then drag the file fixed laurel into the input features, then Kathmandu. Then you don't have to do anything, simply click on OK. So the file is created for the intersect. So simply uncheck this for seeing that, and you can see the only intersect region is shown by using the intersect tool. You can see simply from this figure the intersect part is only clipped. So this intersect part is only clipped and is converted into the one new shape file. So in this way we have learned about the intersect. So in the seventh number is union, and for learning about the union, you can simply see from this flow chart there is the two features, one is a rectangle and one is a circle. Then by using the union tool, it has converted the properties of this both into the single properties. So let's start doing in the ArcGIS of this tool, union tool. So for using the union tool, simply uncheck this, then you have to drag the Bagmati district. Simply zoom to layer. This is for Bagmati district, and then you have to drag the Bagmati Gaupalika Nagarpalika, and this is the Bagmati Gaupalika Nagarpalika, and we are going to use the union tool for merging for union the properties of this district and Gaupalika into the one shape file. At first we right click here, Bagmati Gapa Napa, then go to open attribute table, and from this table you can see the Gaupalika and the Nagarpalika name, and in the Bagmati district, and open attribute table, you can see the district name only, and we are going to merge the district and the Gaupalika Nagarpalika into the one new shape file. And for that we are going to use the tool of union, and for the union go to Geoprocessing and select the union, and in the union you have to simply drag the Gaupalika Nagarpalika, then Bagmati district, like this, then Then you have to simply click OK. Then it will take a little time for the processing of Union geoprocessing tool. So after processing, you can see the result. Like this is for the Bagmati Gaupagan or Palika Union, and in this save file. At first you have to uncheck this. So in this save file, right click here and go to open attribute table, and you can see the Gaupalika Nagarpalika name and Nagarpalika name. In this way, it has simply merged the Nagarpalika and the Bagmati district in this single file. So we can see this is the null data, and we have to delete this null data. And for deleting this null data, you have to simply at first drag like this, and at first you have to go to this tool, editor tool, and start editing. Then Bagmati, then you have to select this Bagmati Gaupalika Nagarpalika Union, then OK, then continue. Then you have to select like this, you have to click here, you have to drag like this. You can see this is the overlapping line, so you have to delete this. So by selecting this, right click here and delete, and you have to select this file, this option, delete selected. So in this way, the line has been, the extra line has been deleted. And in a similar process, you have to suppose in this, we can see this name is repeated, Golanjor. So one name is extra. So by manually, you have to delete the extra point like this. Then you have to right click, then delete selected, then the extra point is deleted. So in this way, you have to delete all the duplicate point. Then after deleting all the duplicate point, simply close this and go to this editor, then choose stop editing, then click on yes. Then after saving this, just we have compile the Bagmati Gaupalika Nagarpalika and the district into the one single shape file. So this is the use of union. So at last we are going to see the use of merge tool, and for seeing the merge tool, simply you can see from this flowchart, we need to have the two shape file, and then having these two shape file, we are going to simply merge, or simply we are going to connect this two shape file like this into one shape file. So let's do it in Arc GIS. So for this, you need at first you need a two district or two province, and we have the province map for the Bagmati. Yes, we have the province map for the Bagmati. So simply drag this Bagmati province, and we need the province one. Suppose this provincial map, drag this. Then I'm dragging the province map. Simply uncheck the Bagmati province and right click here on the province, zoom to layer. And this is the Bagmati province, and this is the province number 1, and we are going to use the tool, the merge option, to merge the Bagmati and the province number 1. So but in this file we don't have the shape file for the province number 1. So at first we are going to create the shape file for the province number 1, and for creating the shape file for the province number 1, simply you have to click here, select features and click here, then right click on the province and go to data, export data frame and write the name as the province 1 because this is the shape file for the province 1. Then click on OK and yes, and uncheck this, and this is the shape file for the province 1 and this is the shape file for the Bagmati province. So for merging this province number 1 and province number or province Bagmati, simply go to search, write merge and search, then choose merge data management and simply you have to drag the province number 1 and the Bagmati province and click on OK. Then it will merge this province number 1 and the Bagmati province into a single shape file. So the process is going on. Yeah, the process is completed. So simply uncheck the Bagmati province number 1 and you can see the province 1 and the Bagmati province is merged into a single shape file. You can go to the open attribute table and you can see the province 1 and the Bagmati is merged into the one shape file. So this was all about the merge. So in this video we have just learned about the project raster, vector clip, raster clip, buffer, dissolve, intersect, union, merge. So if you found this information very helpful, then please subscribe to our channel. So this is all about the geoprocessing tools. Thank you.